Everything Country K101. Good afternoon. I'm John Oliver. That's Joe Nichols right there, and ain't no crime. Before that, David Ball and Thinking Problem. Hey, I've got company. People brave enough to wander into my studio here, and my German-fested studio. I've got John David and one of the jerks here, I guess it is. There, John David, a local boy, big-time recording artist now. Well, you are, kind of, right?
I guess it depends on who's asking.
Yeah, whether or not they want money or not, huh? Well, you guys are in town this weekend. You're going to be playing at Sharky's over the weekend, right?
That's right. Yep, tonight.
Okay. Just tonight or tomorrow night, too?
Tomorrow night we'll be at the ballpark.
Oh, okay. Over at Redbird Field.
Events down there. So,
oh, okay. Great. Now, I'm holding an album of yours here, or a CD, I should say. It shows my age there, album. But Letters from America, tell people a little bit about this.
Well, it's an album that we released in 2010, and we recorded it at a pretty famous recording studio in Cannon Falls, Minnesota. Nirvana had done some recordings there, as well as some other notable bands.
Oh, really?
It became quite a destination for a lot of groups, and we were in pretty close proximity, and we wanted to get a top-notch recording sort of production value out of the effort, and we went down there and spent a week there and did a full band, group of songs, 11 tracks, drums, bass guitar, electric guitar, the whole 9 yards, and it was a great experience. Spent 6 nights there, and
wow, was that your first time you'd recorded in a studio like that, or? In
a studio like that, yes. We had done a album at Jenic's apartment actually 2 years prior, and so that was our first sort of professionally released album, that we put in stores and onto iTunes and so on and so forth. And
a little bit of a different experience, huh?
Yep. And so and we were really happy with that album too. But we just wanted to kind of add a few more instruments and see what the real studio kind of had to offer, and so it was a pretty nice transition.
Well, good. We're going to talk to you a little bit more. We're going to hear a cut off of this CD in a little bit, all right?
Cool.
Stick around, guys. Everything Country K101.
You've heard of other East 10th Street across from the newer Vern ID.
Everything Country K101. John Oliver. It is, just about 18 minutes past 4 o'clock. I'm back here with John David and the Jerks. We're going to play a cut from your CD here. Grab that again. Letters from America. And now, you're one of the Jerks. How'd you get that name?
Well, I'm the original.
Whoops, wait a minute. Let me do that. There you go.
I'm the original Jerk, as a matter of fact. And my name, Jenica, John just was nice enough to shorten it to Jerk. And so John David
Nice
and the
guy.
Jerk just had a kind of a ring to it, and so we went with it.
Well, at least
stuck.
at least they didn't name a bathroom after you.
See, there you
don't
go.
hear people saying they've got to go to the Jerk.
Right.
So
Very true.
yeah, we've been hearing that all of our lives.
Right.
So all right, we're going to listen to a piece of one of the songs off this album. It's the first cut. Tell me a little bit about it.
The song is it's called Down in the Mine. John is the primary songwriter, gets all the bones of the songs together, and then I help with some a little bit of arrangement and some composition instrumentally, and it's a fantastic song with a good payoff at the end, and we really enjoy playing it. So,
Alrighty, well, here's a little taste of it right now.
Why
roll. Two ways to listen, two ways to know, two ways to fly. So civilize me slow. You went to see her now up near
All right,
the
you guys.
pass.
We're back here, and nice cut. You know, I was listening to that, and what's the first thing I said? I said, sounds like you got a little too close to Bob Dylan up there in northern Minnesota there. I hear a little bit of Bob in you've got that Bob Dylan sound to your voice there.
It wasn't intentional, but I'm okay with it.
Yeah, I would be too. Yeah, you know, there's worse things to be said about you than, wow, you sound like Bob Dylan. Speaking of Bob Dylan, who are your influences?
He was definitely a major influence, but I've been influenced by all kinds of bands and all kinds of musicians. I really started to like music with some of the folk songs and folk singers that I kind of fell in love with just based on their lyrics and their songwriting. And so guys like Greg Brown from Iowa and Jillian Welch, and but my interest goes into rock and roll too with bands like The Band and Creedence and some of the bands today like the Killers, and there's just so much great music out there, and the Twin Cities especially is just saturated with wonderful talent, and it's great.
Minneapolis has been a hotbed for music for quite some time now. A lot of great bands have come out of here.
Yeah, the great tradition, really. So we feel very fortunate to be able to live up there and play up there, and there's so many great venues, and people really support it too. So.
Well, good. Well, now, not only you're playing Sharkies tonight here in town, but you're playing a benefit tomorrow night at Redbird Field. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, kind of the purpose for our visit here is an event called the Umpires Give Back, and Jeff Sudengay had spearheaded this benefit to bring some attention and some money, more importantly, to Jenica Arp, who's a 3.5-year-old with cystic fibrosis, and her parents Jared and Jill worked with Jeff to kind of pull this event together, and it's just been great. It's kind of been wrapped around baseball with the town team games and the alumni baseball game, which is going on tonight, and they had asked us to play 2 summers ago for the first benefit, and we had a great experience, and now we're back here this year, and it's pretty much baseball all day tomorrow. There's games at noon and 4. The Redbirds play at 4, I think, and then the alumni game is at 7 o'clock. So if there's any alumni out there too that want to put their cleats back on, come down around 7. And
there you go.
And then we're planning on playing whenever that game's over, so we'll be under the lights, and there's going to be beer and food and all kinds of things. So, show up, have a good time, bring some money, and it's a great cause and should be a great event. Well,
now this is your second year back, so we're going to have to make this a tradition with you guys now. We'll see you again next year.
That'd be great. Yeah.
Okay. Well, John David and the jerk, the original jerk here. Oh, yeah, the original one. I want to thank you for stopping in and visiting with us, and thanks for coming to town this weekend. Sharkies tonight, starting at what, 9?
After the Redbirds game, so 9 or 10.
9 is 10, something like that.
Yeah, so come to the game and follow the crowd out there afterwards.
Okay, great. Thanks, guys.
Thank you,
Have a
John.
great weekend. Everything Country K101.